end of the Urge Fitness fiasco. From this point on, like I already explained to them in the past, that anything further will go to court. You know, some people like to they like to be on they like to be on the spotlight, but I don't have time to play those kind of games. Like I said, after the two females recorded the one class, then the next time that I came in, and it happened to be only the girl who calls herself Nat at the front desk, and I was walking in, and I noticed that she had her hair done, which prior she never had her hair done. I'd never seen her. All the time that I've seen her there, I've never seen her with her hair done. So she had her hair done, which is the hairstyle you see in the video where I was talking. That's her new look. She just got her hair done, and it looked really nice. And for those of y'all who know, I do hair. So I do hair. Like, I don't only do black people hair. I do everybody hair. So, and personally, I could have did her streaks and highlights and her blowout way better. But like I said, and I'd have gave her some banging layers. But it looked nice compared to how I seen her hair in times past. And so I complimented her. I was like, "Oh, I like your hair." Now at this time, um, I knew that a video had been recorded, but I didn't know that it was a promotional video, and I didn't know that that she was trying to record me specifically. I thought that I thought that she was just trying to get the teacher, but I noticed that they didn't take no video of the teacher. She's barely in the video. So the next class, like I said, I'm coming in. I didn't expect that it was a class at that time. So I was expecting to use the free room, the group room, but it just so happened that they had a aerial yoga class that was getting ready to start. So the woman who calls herself Nat, she was like, "You should go try it," because I've watched a couple of their classes, but I've never taken them because, you know, I I've studied as a yogi, but I've never studied aerial yoga, and so I wanted to see it. I've always wanted to do aerial dancing, but of course, traditionally you have to be extremely petite, and I've never been extremely petite. I've been size 8, but that's when I was younger, and definitely aerial yoga wasn't the kind of dancing I prefer to do. So I go in there, and she was like, "Yeah, try it." And so I get in the class or whatever, and the lady, when she come in there, she really nice, and she's like, "Yeah," telling me I could be in her class. And then she was just like, "Well, first let me double check." She was like, because some of the other members, when they come, if they've been in the class before, we have to give them precedence. And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, no matter, whatever, school." So it turns out that nobody else came to the class that would have kept me out, so she let me join. Those fabrics smell so horrible. And I had been going into the group class for like 2 weeks wondering what that smell was. I was just thinking that somebody was just really having some power classes, like some real workout classes. No, it's the doggone fabrics being tied up to the ceiling, smelling like Lord knows what. Like, I guess that's what a strip club smell like, or I don't know. Like, it just smelled horrible. It smelled like people's butts, people's coochies, just sweat. It just literally smelled like a combustion of aromas all tied in one. And so I personally had to use one of the strings, the aerial yoga strings, and it was just horrible. Like, I literally kept throwing up in my mouth, like, "Yo, I'm about to leave." It stinks. But she was just like, trying to like coach me through it and focus more on the yoga part of it. I personally think I did horrible. Maybe it's her job to tell me I did great. But her and a few of my classmates, and actually the class itself, the classmates, they were amazing. If y'all listening, y'all were amazing. Y'all, even the teacher, She was really young. She's like the age of my daughters. She's like the age of my kids. You know what I'm saying? But she was really fun and exciting. As far as her optimism, she really wanted me to do the moves, and she didn't care. She came by and worked with me, you know, with the intent for me to get the aerial yoga part stuff together. And I just wasn't a fan of the smell of the thing. I think that maybe if it didn't smell so bad, I could have relaxed a little more, but I don't know. Anyway, but I did master a couple of moves, a couple of easy moves that she had showed me, and I made it through the class. But while we were doing the class, here comes that girl Nat again, and now after she had insisted that I take the class, mind you, when I came to the gym that next time, I didn't know that it was a class taking place, and she insisted that I take that class. Here she comes again, and she's recording, and she did the same thing. She tried to record me first, but then once I cut and looked at the camera and realized she was in there and she was recording me, I noticed that she stopped recording me and focused more so on the other people and the teacher. So that was the second time. There was not one recording; there were two recordings, and they were within the same, within I'd say within a 7 day time period, probably within the same week, maybe. Yeah, within the same week, because that class was on a Saturday. I remember because yeah, I think that class was on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And so as you can see, um, or it might have been that Thursday. I don't remember. All I remember is that I would have to look at my text messages because I was texting someone about it. And so I do have that information. But anyway, I just remember that one day I was leaving the gym, and the girl named Nat, when she saw me walking past, she shouted from where you saw her standing. That's her usual place to stand in, I guess. She shouted from there and said to me, I'm putting the video up at 9 a.m." And so I thought that, I thought that she was just talking in general. I wasn't even thinking about these videos that she had recorded because they were not something on my mind. It was not a project that I worked on, and it wasn't content or something that I had previously said, hey, I want you to record me or whatever. So I wasn't even thinking about it, to be honest. And once once that was over with, I was thinking to myself, like, what is she talking about? Is she gonna put a video up? And then I started to think to myself, well, she did take two videos, so I'm thinking she made like a compilation video or something. Who knows? But I wasn't really thinking much about it. But one day I decided to go looking on social media, because I was just thinking to myself, like, I could feel that there was content of me. And so some told me, like, just go look and find these people's pages. And I found an IG page for Urge Fitness for the Edgewater Park location. And I saw one of two video clips that posted back to back. I'll let you call it. The first video was the video where she and the other lady came bursting in the room while we were working out doing Tabata class with Miss Vicky. And the second video was when we was with Miss Tangi, and I was doing the aerial yoga class in the evening, and she came in by herself. So like I said, call it what you want, look at it how you want to. Sometimes people that don't get attention, that's the only way they can get attention, is by harassing people. I just don't have time for all of that, and so I'm not gonna make time for it. And it just is what it is. Whatever. These people gotta live with their decisions. Like, that's all I can say. Like, I can't sit around chasing people around, proving the weird things that they do. I cannot commit my day to that. And so I don't intend to. You know what I mean? The truth has been exposed. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees how they act, and they try to put on a facade for, for when the cameras are rolling. But common sense is common sense, and people can see through, staged plots and staged everything. People can see through it. And keeping in mind, I don't know y'all from a can of paint. I don't know you from a can of paint. I don't hang out with you on my free time. I don't talk to you. I don't talk to you even when I have to talk to you. So obviously, these people are in their minds creating a world where I am their friend or something like that. I don't know, but um, whatever the case may be, hopefully they will come to realize that what they're doing is unsafe, and they shouldn't engage in that type of activity towards other people, especially me. But that's all I had to say. I just wanted to let y'all know that yes, I did see that black lady today, but she when she saw me coming into the building, she kept running in different directions than me through the building. I saw her 3 times in that short amount of time that I was there. And the first time, she ducked her head and hurried and walked. And I knew it was her, but I wasn't gonna. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna chase you around. And then the second time, she literally ran past the work equipment. And then the third time, she wasn't running specifically. She was talking with the man coworker. And then when she saw me, uh, she didn't realize that I was right there. Since she saw me, then she tried to make it look like she was extremely busy. I just decided to keep it moving because I don't have time for drama queens and people who want to be like, they want to win those global awards or whatever. I ain't got time for that. And so, like I said, I left and it's over with for me. Like I said, with I don't have much more time on my membership, so it don't really matter to me. I have maybe 4 or 5 months, maybe. I think I got like 4, maybe 5 months left. Um, I literally could just not go anymore, or I could cancel it and deal with the cancellation process, or they could just leave me alone and let what the remainder of my time as a member not be as dramatic as a scene as they keep trying to make it. Or or I could just take them to court. Like I said, I don't have a problem. I got plenty of evidence, and at the level that they're going, they could get shut down. They could get their whole franchise brand shut down, like every separate location. So Um, do I recommend this brand? I do not recommend the brand. So any footage that you see online that they are promoting with me in it, it is not me co-signing the brand. To I only came to the fitness center to use the facilities itself. There are not many other fitness centers that I want to go to. I don't like Planet Fitness. I shut down a lot of Blink Fitnesses. There's a couple of other fitness centers that I've gotten shut down. Um, I've contributed to them, yes, absolutely. And so I personally don't really want to. I don't want to get involved with a fitness center where the staff cannot control the members, and the members literally run around doing whatever they want to. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't be in those type of environments on purpose. So it is what it is. And like I said, for as long as they leave me alone, they won't have any real problems with me. They doing clown stuff. They doing what corny people do, and what can I expect from people that behave like that? I can't expect much more. I can't expect much more, but what they do. So y'all be safe out there. I said I'll be back later to share with y'all some Hebrew, and I hope y'all will be able to swallow that. Y'all be safe, and y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Peace, y'all.